back. It's me, Miss Moxie.
And your good friend, Downtown Dave.
And we are just about a minute away, I think, from starting the second half of this bout. Very low-scoring bout between the Pikes Peak Derby Dames and the Arizona Roller Derby Tent City Terrors. Only 20 points on the board for Pikes Peak, 47 for AZRD. I think it might be a combination of this is their last bout of a 4-bout weekend, and also heavy defense on behalf of both of these teams. You're not seeing a whole lot of big power jam, like multiple scoring passes happening. And again, both of these teams are like very focused on their defense. So hopefully they'll put some more points on the board here in the second half. We'll see what they got.
Yeah, the one takeaway from the big points with the power jams too is it seemed like when either team had a power jam, the other jammer would end up in the penalty box.
Yeah,
pretty much right away.
Away. I know, it's like, what can I do to put this jammer in the box? How can I get her to cut the track? How can I get her to give me a back block? You know. Sorry about that. We've had some confusion this weekend about who's calling DNN and who's calling the house. So we are, in fact, not calling the house. That is 1-900 Russian Bride with her I Get Around chonies jamming for Pikes Peak.
She's going up against Loco Lena from Tent City Terrors.
I watched Loco Lena and one of her teammates smack helmets into each other a couple times, maybe as like a little pump you up, but right before the start of the second half. It was pretty cute. Maybe it worked because Loco Lena is your lead jammer. She is pumped up. And out about a half a lap behind her, number 1-900 Russian Bride.
Action up front. A wall of lime green.
Yes, a serious wall of lime green. Loco Lena gets past that wall, will pick up 4 points and call off the jam before Pikes Peak can score, bringing it to 51 AZRD and still 20 big points on the board for Pikes Peak.
Not a bad idea.
That girl looks familiar, number 187, Camilla Bloodspilla.
She's going up against Gratuitous Violet. Rum Noxious in the penalty box. Her sister, Rumbunctious, in back of the bench today. Sometimes they skate together.
I get it. I was wondering why they had such similar names. They're related.
Yes.
That's sweet.
They play on different teams. One's on the
team?
Surly Girlies,
cool.
and one's on the Brawlerinas.
That's right. Howie Felterbottom likes to say, it's Camilla time when Camilla Bloodspilla gets lead jammer. He likes to yell it. You can probably hear him.
Yeah, I think he's thirsty.
Yes. And Gratuitous Violet is out once again half a lap behind Camilla Bloodspilla. She's holding her face for some reason. I don't know if she got hit. Maybe she got a bloody nose. Trying to get the blood off her hand. I've seen more bloody noses in this tournament than I think I ever have in any other tournament. Is it the heat? Is it the dry heat? I don't know.
Yeah, I got nothing. She said, Gratuitous Violet says it was an elbow.
Yeah.
Right. Sigmund Droid taking the line for Tent City Terror.
And 4-2-7 Fractured Fairy Tale in the green star for Pikes Peak. And it looks like we're going to get a split pack call there pretty quick if Tucson doesn't catch up, and they do. Once again, Tucson owning the back of that pack, trying their darndest to sit on Camilla Bloodspilla. She was almost out until Loco Lena decided she was going to put her on the floor. A well-timed hit by Loco Lena. Neither jammer out, neither lead. Until, wow, now they're both out. When it rains, it pours, Dave.
It's amazing.
Lead jammer Sigmund Droid and I think that accidental fall and trip, it means that Fractured Fairy Tale is going to go sit in the box for a minute for low block major.
That was kind of a weird jam.
It was an incredibly weird jam because if I was the Tent City Terrors jammer and I had a power jam situation, I don't think I would have called it. I think she's apologizing to her team. Sorry, guys. I didn't really know what was going on out there. But, you know, it could be okay because it looks like TCTs are going to field the Bitter End 2012, and they are going to start this jam with their jammer as the only one on the track. So, once again, power jam for the Tent City Terrors. They will field 3 blockers to Pikes Peak's 4.
I guess calling it off early, too, it depends on who's out there and who's coming up out there. If your jammer's tired, you know, there could be a lot of...
I think, yeah, well, I think generally if you're on your scoring pass and the other jammer is in the box, it's probably not a good time to call it off.
We can agree on that. That's a bad thing.
But, you know, like I said, you get knocked around a lot out there, and there's a lot of loud noises, a lot of whistles happening. You know, it's we haven't really talked about this much this weekend, but there is a mirror curtain hanging up between these 2 tracks, so the sound of the whistles from the other track does travel to this track, and it can be kind of confusing when you're skating around out there. So these girls are having to deal with that as well as trying to pay attention to the multitude of things that are happening in the pack and on the track.
Well put.
So, yeah, Pikes Peak, green wall in front, and the Tent City Terrors wanting to kind of chase them down, which is going to be hard work for their jammer.
Yeah,
But she does. She gets through. She will be your lead jammer. Bitter End for Tucson. AZRD. That one Arizona city where I'm not in right now.
Ooh.
And it looks like one more minute in the box for 000 Fanny Pfister of Pikes Peak Derby Dames. She's had a couple of those direction of play majors today. You'd think she would stop doing it. But maybe she doesn't realize she's doing it.
But and she didn't even get 20 feet out of the box. You at least usually get to take a lap before you...
Yes, you have a point.
Go back to your bench in the penalty box.
4 points picked up by the Tent City Terrors, bringing in the score to 60 for AZRD, 24 for Pikes Peak. And Russian Bride looked like had a wedgie on the jammer line. She was just taking a minute to fix that. She's lining up for Pikes Peak. And Gratuitous Violet, Mini Fisty on the line for Tent City Terrors. Only 2 blockers in the pack for Pikes Peak if they want to maintain their lead.